אמא, מה נשמע? כן, שמעתי, זה פשוט נורא, אתם בסדר? שמעת מהסף? תהיו איזה פחד, כמה אזעקות היו לכם היום?
אמא, מה קרה?
עזוב, זה מסובך, לא משנה.
This all looks Chinese to me. I don't have time for this.
Hi, we're Education, and we feel Dan's frustration and his desire to understand the current events in Israel. A lot of the time, especially as American Jews or American Israelis, we feel disconnected from our own culture.
The problem is that on a regular basis, anti-Semitic and anti-Israeli people attack Jewish and Israeli teens in the United States and all across the world. People feel the need to tell us everything that's wrong with our families, friends, government, religion, and our society in general. They blame us Jews and Israelis for all the problems in the Middle East. How are we supposed to know what to say or how to answer?
We started off by doing some research about other existing campaigns. We learned that most campaigns use catchy logos, hashtags, and slogans to be memorable and concise.
We also researched teens' attention span to get a better idea of the layout of our videos. As you can see here, over the past 2 decades, teens have grown more lazy and less willing to actively do work. We feel this in our daily lives because all our friends ever talk about is how much work they have to do. We are not seeking out extra assignments. About 2% of teenagers actually read the news on a regular basis. About 5% of Israeli news is read by Americans. And obviously, lots of research we looked at showed the benefits of promoting on social media.
So how does this all come together? On campuses, we represent our family, our country, our identity, and we need to know what's going on. When someone at school mentions something that happened in Israel, you need to be the expert on the topic. Our goal is to give people a feeling of connection to Israel and allow them to know exactly what's going on in their homelands.
Our target audience is teens and, well, we're lazy. In Dan's case, he didn't want to spend hours trying to understand what happened and do research. To us, it feels like schoolwork. If you want to make sure that people read our content, it needs to be 3 things. 1, easy to understand. 2, up to date. And 3, trustworthy. But at the same time, it needs to be educational. Let's show you how we do that.
Hey Dan!
Hey, Tolly.
Have you heard the news lately? It seems really scary, huh?
Yeah, I've heard about it. I heard my mom yelling, but I can't really understand what it's all about.
What do you mean? You're not #educated? We're the only 2 Jews in the school, man. You gotta keep up with this stuff.
What's that?
Here, let me show you.
This is the login screen that Dan saw when he downloaded the app. The first thing that it prompts you to do is sign in or log in, which allows the app to track which articles you are most interested in and therefore tailor your newsfeed to your liking. Dan thought to himself, I don't want to connect right now, I'll just log in as a guest.
The app then popped up a notification that explained why he should make an account. Even though without an account, he could still access all of the information. If Dan would simply press a button or 2 and enter a password, he would be able to know whenever something big happens, right when it does. If people make accounts, it will allow us to be able to better understand who is using our app and reach more people like them using Facebook groups and account followings.
The home screen of the app looks like this, with 4 tabs at the top: Daily, Weekly, Breaking News, and Action. Every morning, on the Daily tab, Dan can read simple summaries of the top 3 headlines of the day, including a More button, which gives a more thorough description of the event that occurred.
The Weekly tab is where education staff create and upload videos about the week's biggest story. These crash courses are short and simple videos that anyone can understand, regardless of background knowledge. Now, let's say something big happens in Israel that Dan needs to know about right away. He can't wait until the next morning to read a summary about it. In that case, he can check the Breaking News tab to get a slightly more detailed description of the event than what he'd find in the Daily section. But maybe most importantly is the call to action. This is a space where people can share both their positive and negative experiences and get advice on how to deal with them. They can also see ways in which they can get more involved in a certain issue through reaching out to the government representatives or signing petitions. So, how will we get people to know about us? Us teens love stickers. We put them on everything, like our computers and our water bottles. And we also use social media quite a bit. And we're going to use our personal accounts to target our market on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and any other social media that we have.
Once we have a solid user base, we will make some additions so we can consistently grow. One of those will be in our weekly videos, where we will have different faces, backgrounds, and views to keep our users on their toes and coming back. In our videos, we will feature professors, celebrities, and more. Users are also going to be able to vote on who they want to see next. However, the videos will still have their short and quick format.
We are education.